The class of 2016's commencement speaker is Colin Bedell. Colin is graduating today with a Master of Fine Arts in Fashion Studies from Parsons, and he also earned his undergraduate degree in Literary Studies and Nonfiction Writing at Eugene Lang College in 2014. During his time here at the New School, Colin has been an admissions ambassador and worked for the New School Free Press. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Colin Bedell.
Thank you, DVZ. Is this right, guys? Right? Is this on? Okay, good, thank you. Okay, hello. You guys ready to get this party started or what? Let's go, all right. Now, before I start, I just want to give so much gratitude to this experience because any one of you could have done this opportunity, and I just feel so grateful to bookend this experience in front of my faculty. Hi, guys. My graduates, my friends who I love so deeply, and my family. Thank you so much for this. I'm so humbled. Thank you. 2 years ago, on a nighttime walk, I passed the newly closed Parsons Fashion Building, the one made famous by television show Project Runway. The Technicolor lights from Fashion Avenue were dancing on the school, illuminating red letters taped to the windows that said, "You never leave Parsons." I was not ready to receive that message, but now I understand. I want to address the need we all share, human connectivity. The bottom line is we cannot apply any of the ideas we learned at the New School until we understand the practice of meaningfully connecting with others. Social worker Dr. Brene Brown's research into the human experience reiterates, connection is why we are here. We are not hardwired for career building or money making. Our purpose and survival depends on our relationships. Commencement is defined as a beginning. So let's begin the rest of our lives by appreciating the ways the New School prepared us to earn success through social connectivity. Dr. Brown's work proves a vulnerable balance of compassion and boundaries is required for relationships. How do we maintain this social intelligence beyond campus and demonstrate the value of connection? Now I will share the parts of my story that serve this message. I am the son to a mother who is so proactive in her loving assumptions of others and maintains the generous conviction that people are doing the best they can. My father practices his military boundaries and the way he says no as a complete sentence is a magnificent sight to see. I am the twin brother to my twin sister, Courtney, so ideas on interpersonal dynamics are, like Courtney, tethered to everything that I am. We were born and raised on Long Island, New York, whose social code is embedded in pizza, bagels, and unapologetic honesty, okay? So in that spirit, I'll be honest, I was never a successful student until I transferred to Eugene Lang College. Its alternative approaches gifted me the chance to begin again. Finally, I found my safe house in a school that encourages its learners to break the rules for innovation's sake with other students and faculty who hold us accountable for excellence. My brother Brendan observed, Colin is home. Our non-traditional academic experiences are extraordinary, but they shouldn't stay isolated to its classrooms. The irreducible truth is, our critical thinking and ideas on meaningful connection are needed right now in the world more than ever. The New School sits at the intersection between courage and comfort. You cannot have both. And its brave graduates are entering an uncomfortable new world. Dr. Brown reminds us of the first definition for courage. It's Latin, cor, meaning heart, and it's to tell the story of who you are with your whole heart. All degrees granted today were completed with courage. So the class of 2016 is tasked with disrupting the world's comfort with our courage. We are called to use our degrees as forces that move society forward towards a new, thoughtful, inclusive, and equal standard for us all. History proves that social evolution is achieved when a small collective, like a graduating class, generally considered too radical by the dominant status quo, say, hey, listen, we have a better idea, okay? Our ability to rise to this occasion depends on how deeply we've met uncomfortable topics within ourselves, like authenticity, shame, trust, and worthiness. My grandmother asked me, what can you spend all night talking about? And that's where you'll find your purpose. As New School graduates, we created what we spent all night talking about, with a self-directed curriculum that demanded a reckoning within while exploring academics. Having told our stories with our whole hearts across all divisions of the New School, we graduate today poised with better ideas that stand to solve social, gender, racial, and income inequalities. Now, we are called to share the New School's virtues by holding a space for the brilliance of others. In 1963, just a year before Dr. Martin Luther King spoke at the New School, he wrote, "All are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be, and you can never be what you ought to be until I am what I ought to be. This is the interrelated structure of reality." Look to our honorary graduates and how their lives offer a resonance of possibility for us to become the people we are capable of being. I ask that you commit to becoming what you ought to be and proactively invite others with generous assumptions, empathy, and boundaries to do the same in your company. It will be difficult since human relations owe us absolutely no certainty. But just like the New School was the safe house for us, it is our turn now to be the safe house for others. In this process, today's commencement will prove not the end, but a continuation of a lifelong education started at the New School. When we understand how to connect to people, we can change a heart, and that's how you change the world. So I will use a voice that I found at Lang, put it to use with the methods I learned at Parsons on this platform, and proclaim, we are all in this together. We are imperfect, but we are so worthy of what gives our lives the most meaning, love and belonging. The New School is motivated, humble, and creative like we are, and sometimes it gets it right, and sometimes it gets it wrong, just like we do, but it does so daring greatly. As long as we commit to its legacy by allowing ourselves to be really seen and heard, allowing ourselves to be really seen and heard while sharing New School intelligence, we will model a new way of being. We will present the possibility of the alternative when we show up as the safe house for others. That's the meaning behind the windows that said you'd never leave Parsons. Because wherever we choose to go now, we embody the spirit of the New School and share it with the people of our worlds. If we continue to dwell in its meaningful experiences within, we can give its ideas away and demonstrate its problem-solving repertoire with our networks so that others can all succeed together. When we show up as a safe house and hold a space house for others to be seen and heard, which is all anyone ever really wants, is a space to be seen and heard, then we will find the real key to success, each other. With others, we will honor the last words on the windows, and we will truly never leave the New School. Now together, we move onward. Congratulations, class of 2016. I'm so proud of you.